my troopers popping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers popping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers.
Let's get it. Hello, my name is Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with a Caramel Swirl, aka Black Lightning with a Peanut Butter Filling, aka the Man of the Century, aka the Houdini of Sexy, aka the Shaman of Sexy, aka Big Daddy Long, aka oh my god, DJ Big Head, because I'm a DJ by association, if you forgot, aka oh my god, just a very, very handsome man, God, that I am. Jesus, I'm just, oh my god, I can hardly handle myself. I don't even know how you guys can just fathom all of this sexiness here. Like, good God. But hello. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a little while. I got a little busy, but I'm back now, and today we're gonna be talking about this guy right here, Doctor Strange. We're gonna be talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So, let me put this back. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is about Doctor Strange as he travels through the multiverse to protect this girl called America Chavez from Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, as Wanda / the Scarlet Witch is trying to take America Chavez's power for herself and for her own means. So, this movie came out today, but I watched it last night with my cousins, and my aunt and my uncle. So let's talk about it. So, first thing I want to talk about is the special effects and the CG in this movie, because the CG was dope. It was really good. There was a lot of visuals in here in this movie that I liked a lot. There's one specific moment where America Chavez and Dr. Strange, Stephen Strange, go through the multiverse, and they travel through all these different universes. There's one universe where they're paint, like literal sentient blobs of paint. There's one where their whole bodies became squares, so like it became a bunch of cubes. Their face became cubes, like poking out of their faces and all that. There is one futuristic looking universe. There's another universe with like full of plants. It was like a lot of different universes that they went through, and all I could think of and what my cousin said about that whole sequence in general was, imagine if you're high watching that scene. And I just started laughing because, like, if you watched that whole scene high, that would have been a whole trip, like, for real. But that was one of my favorite sequences of the movie. The special effects in here was just really good. There were times where I could see the special effects kind of looked a little wonky. There was one moment in particular where Juan, he made a little portal, right? Because he was falling, he made a little portal, and there was another portal there. Then there was another portal on top of it, so he could land safely, right? And when he went through the portal and he went out and he rolled through the ground and he hit a car, that looked a little wonky, looked a little rubbery, rubber hose, if you will. That part looked a little wonky, but other than that, the special effects and the CG were genuinely really great. There's one scene where Wanda, more on Wanda later, but where there's one scene where Wanda comes out of this little gong, and she crackles, her body is all contorted, and she comes out of the little gong all contorted, and when she stands up, her body's slowly starting to get back to normal. That part was creepy. Again, more on Wanda later, but all in all, I really like the visuals in this movie. The visuals were pretty much great all around, besides for some wonky moments here and there. Now, I wasn't really prepared for how violent this movie would be, because this is probably like the most violent Marvel movie ever, because there are some deaths in here. Like, people get clapped in this movie, and the way these people get clapped is pretty damn brutal. Like, I'm not gonna say who gets clapped. All I'm gonna say is that at some point in the movie, somebody gets cut in half, and another point in the movie, somebody gets like his brain blown out from the inside of his head, and another person gets their neck snapped brutally. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say who any of those people are, because it's a surprise, because this movie has a lot in it. This movie has a lot of just surprises and fan service moments in it that I really want to talk about, but I don't, because the movie literally just came out today and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Plus, my mom's in the living room and she could probably hear me talking right now, and I don't want to say anything. And so when I get done with this video, she'll be like, "What the hell, boy? God." So I'm trying my best not to say anything. All I'm gonna say is that be prepared for some surprises in here, because yeah. But on the vein of how brutal these deaths are, Wanda is the person that causes most of the deaths, because her whole thing throughout this movie is that she's trying to see her kids again. Because if you don't know, if you haven't watched WandaVision, she had two kids named Billy and Tommy in that show, and Billy and Tommy she just created them through her magic. And in this movie, she finds out that Billy and Tommy are real in different universes, and she wants America Chavez's power. By the way, America Chavez's power is she can hop through different universes. So she wants America Chavez's power to go and be with her kids again. And that's her motivation throughout the whole movie. And let me tell you this, she will stop at nothing to get that goal, because Jesus Christ, like, Wanda is downright terrifying in this movie. Like, she was already pretty terrifying before, but this movie really just cements her as like this pseudo horror movie villain. Because good God, like, there are some moments in this movie that legitimately creep me out. all of them involving Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch. Uh, it doesn't help the fact that Wanda is OP as hell, but when she's OP as hell and she's doing creepy shit on top of that, it really gets under your skin, right? There was a moment in this movie where she walks out of this fog all covered in like this oil because she was fighting a bunch of robots, and all the oil and blood and all that kind of just caught on her face and her clothes, and she kind of looked like Carrie. There's another moment where she's chasing after Doctor Strange and America Chavez, and she's just busting through these walls, right? And eventually there's this big old wall that comes flying down, and it's quiet for a second, right? It's just quiet, nothing's happening, but then she just appears out of nowhere with like the shade, the darkness around her, and like the red eyes. There's another moment where like there's just this red fog, right? There's this red fog, and again, it's quiet at first, but then Wanda pops out all looking all creepy as hell, and like, yeah, Wanda is just a menace, a complete menace in this movie. Like, I thought that Green Goblin in No Way Home was a menace, but now Wanda in this movie said, "Hold my beer," because Jesus Christ, she was scary in this movie, and I was here for it. I knew that this movie would take a bit of a horror vibe because Sam Raimi was directing this movie. Sam Raimi is the director of this movie, and if you don't know Sam Raimi directed the Evil Dead movies. So I knew that this movie would be lean a bit into horror, but I wasn't prepared for all of like the genuinely creepy moments in this movie, and I was here for it. But it's not just all creepiness. There are some funny moments in here too, like genuinely funny moments where Doctor Strange and America Chavez, when they meet up, they're at a little diner, a little restaurant, right? And America Chavez asks Steven about does he have any experience with the multiverse? And he's like, "I do. I recently had a whole situation with Spider-Man." And America Chavez goes, "Oh, Spider-Man?" He goes, "Yeah, he has the powers of a spider." And America Chavez just goes, "Ew." That whole interaction was just pretty funny. Juan and Steven, they got some great banter with each other as well. There is one moment where was just a kind of a dick move where Steven goes to the wedding of his love interest from the first Doctor Strange movie. I forget her name at the moment, but they had a little thing going on, but it didn't work out. She got married to a new dude, and he attends the wedding, and the guy just goes there and says, "Yeah, you're a superhero, you have it all, but you didn't get the girl." And everybody in my theater just went, "Damn." That was a low blow from that dude. That was uncalled for. Like, goddamn. And what made it worse was that his love interest from the first movie, as soon as the dude said that, she walked out to proceed with the wedding, and literally everybody in the theater was just like, "Damn." But Steve, I like Doctor Strange in this movie a lot. At first, I was kind of meh on him. I thought he was cool, but I didn't like him that much. But Endgame, seeing him in Infinity War, Endgame, and now this movie really made me grow to like him a lot more. I've always liked Juan a lot. Ever since I saw him in the first movie, like, I always thought Juan was the dopest character. And again, we see Juan just being a dope character in this movie too. America Chavez. Now, America Chavez, I wasn't interested in her as a character. She's a character in the comics, but I don't read anything involving her. I never read a comic that involves her. I don't really know much about her outside of her power set and her name. So this is pretty much my first introduction to this character. And from what I've seen, I like so far. Like, I liked her. She was kind of the MacGuffin of the. Is that the right terminology? The MacGuffin. Screw it. I'm gonna go with it. She was kind of a MacGuffin of the movie where Wanda wanted her powers. Steven was like, no, and that's all that drove the whole plot into motion. But I liked her a lot. She had some funny moments too, but she also had some serious moments involving her parents. The one with her parents kind of hit me a little bit, kind of got me a little bit. She had some good moments throughout the movie. Her and Doctor Strange had some good wholesome moments and some good banter moments where they were just talking. So I liked her a lot, considering this is like my first real introduction to this character. I liked her a lot. And I hope the comics kind of adapts to this version of America Chavez, because like if the comics kind of adapted to this version of America Chavez, then I might just go out of my way to read more of her in the comics, because I liked her in this movie. I liked her a lot. I liked pretty much everything about this movie. Like I said, the surprises are there. The action's great. The CGI and special effects were, for the most part, really, really dope. Wanda is a menace to society in this movie and genuinely creepy on her goddamn horror movie shit, horror villain type shit, and I was there for it. And I just really like this movie. I liked it more than the first movie. The first one I liked, but I wasn't like over the moon about it. But this one is definitely leaps above the first movie. I liked this movie a lot. I give it 2 thumbs up with a J3T stamp of approval. Go out and watch it. It's out in theaters now. It's gonna be on Disney Plus soon. So yeah, go out and watch it. I highly recommend it. You won't regret it. Also, I wanted to say this. I know that I wore this jacket before, but I don't have anything involving, but I don't have any Stephen Strange stuff. I don't have any Doctor Strange stuff. And I was talking about a Marvel movie, so here we are. But anyway, that's about it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you really, really, and I mean really like me, consider subscribing and ring that bell so you always know whenever I upload, because it's free. I said it's free. It's free. Don't be a dum-dum. Subscribe today. I don't think I can do the, usually I lean forward and I take the chair with me, but I don't think I can do that. This chair seat is a little slick. My mom got new chairs and I'm using one of the chairs now, and the seat's kind of slick, so I can't lift the chair up with me when I lean forward, but we're gonna do it anyway. Deuces.